Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt Adkins, and I'm here with USA Yesterday. Today, we're going to talk about the devastating Malcolm X assassination, how the Cuban Missile Crisis was resolved, and the music festival in Woodstock. We're also joined by a few special guests, which I'm sure you'll love. We hope you enjoy the show. Let's start off with the assassination of Malcolm X. He was speaking at a rally in New York City when 3 Nation of Islam members rushed the stage. 2 were carrying handguns and 1 was carrying a sawed-off shotgun. Shots were fired, and when Malcolm X was taken to the hospital shortly after, 21 gunshot wounds were found and he was pronounced dead. This is truly a sad day for our nation. Malcolm X was an ex-member of the Nation of Islam after he was recruited to them when he was in prison. Elijah Muhammad was the man that recruited Malcolm X, but after Malcolm found out that Elijah had cheated on his wife and disobeyed the preachings of the Nation of Islam, he left. Ever since he left, the nation has been trying to get revenge, and there have been multiple murder threats made to Malcolm. This sadness is being felt throughout our country, and this will surely be a dark day in U.S. history. Although you might not have agreed with everything that Malcolm X fought for and the way he did it, you cannot argue that he fought for what he believed in and did a great job pursuing the rights of black people. Now let's switch to a brighter topic, the first ever Super Bowl, which was played between Green Bay and Kansas City. The Packers defeated the Chiefs, and here is our exclusive interview with the Super Bowl MVP.
I'm Connor Wilkinson, and I'm here with Super Bowl MVP quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, Bart Starr. Thanks for joining us, Bart. So how are you doing today?
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm good, thanks.
So Bart, how does it feel to win a Super Bowl in front of over 60,000 fans?
Well, I was a little nervous at first, but then I really got into the game. I feel like today will go down in history, and I'll be remembered as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
So at the end of the game, you were named MVP of the very first Super Bowl. How does that feel?
Well, it feels pretty good. I'd like to thank my coach Vince Lombardi, all my friends and family that really supported me through the time.
So you just won this Super Bowl, and we're already looking ahead to next year. Do you think you'll be back?
It was a tough season. I'm excited for next year, as I think we can get back to the Super Bowl.
If you could summarize this experience in one word, what would it be?
Beautiful.
Thanks, Bart, for doing this interview.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Matt, back to you.
Now, let's talk about the Cuban Missile Crisis. One of the events that has taken place during this Cold War that has many Americans on edge is what we like to refer to as the Cuban Missile Crisis. The good news is, it has finally been resolved. To give a quick recap of what has happened through this crisis, let's take a look back at the events. Our beloved country, the US, has had missiles that could reach and be launched anywhere into Russian land for a few years now. Russia wanted some missiles that could hit the US as before they could only hit Alaska, and they wanted to be able to access the other 48 states. So, since they knew that we were enemies with Cuba, they decided to put some missiles into Cuba. The crisis has finally been resolved as Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev has agreed to remove the missiles from Cuba in exchange for the United States to respect Cuba's territorial sovereignty. The crisis has finally been ended after 2 weeks. Now, let's move on to Connor, who is in New York City at the Woodstock Music Festival. There are many famous performances going on, and he is with a hippie. Here's the interview.
I am at the Woodstock Music Festival in New York, and I am joined by
Marcelo.
with over 400,000 people showing up. Are you amazed by this turnout?
Yeah, it's surprising.
So we're here at the beginning of the 3rd day, and you have been here the previous 2. What has been your favorite part so far?
Probably the joints.
The final performance today will be by Jimi Hendrix. How do you feel about listening to that?
It's my favorite.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I've grown up listening to him, and he really is one of my biggest idols.
Are you hoping there's another music festival just like this you can go to in the near future?
Yeah, that would be great. I'd love to go and bring all my friends.
Are you happy this festival took place in New York?
Yeah, it's a really beautiful city. I love all the people around here, and I really just can't get enough of this town.
Thanks, Marcelo, for doing this interview, and I hope you have a lot of fun on the last day of Woodstock.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm sure I will.
Back to you, Matt.
Now let's take it to Brandon, who's interviewing the Ringo Starr.
Hi, I'm Ringo McIver. I'm here today with Ringo Starr. How are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm great. Are you surprised at how much popularity you're getting around the world?
Not really. I think we have one of the best sounds in the world.
How do you feel being the drummer in the band?
Well, I feel like I don't really get the popularity or recognition that I deserve.
What is your favorite song and why?
I'd probably have to pick Hey Jude. I feel we all play really well in that song and we mesh good together.
Do you mind showing us some of your drumming skills?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Thank you for the interview, Ringo.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Now back to Matt.
Thank you for tuning in to USA Yesterday. See ya! You guys suck at this.